the whole strategy behind carving this turkey is to get in between your bones, get that joint so that you can cut through the joint. You cannot cut through bone. So that's what you're going for, all right? I'm gonna pull this string off first. So you're gonna put the whole bird on a cutting board. We're done with this. And I'm gonna, this is about 14, 13 plus some. I'm gonna take the wings off first, okay? So I kind of bend them back a little bit. And then again, I'm always looking for that joint. There we go.
That's not burning your hand?
Not yet. Okay. So you see that bone, that rounded bone? You know, like the blank bone's connected to the whatever bone. Okay. So that round bone is going into that bone, and there's like a joint in between. And then all you do is slice in between. Can't resist. So good. Okay, that was stupid because now I have to talk with turkey in my mouth. Okay. Let's do this leg at the same time and I'll finish the turkey. Bend it back. And just keep cutting around until you find that joint. Okay, there we go. It's almost like there's almost like a white little rubber band or something like that in there. You slice right through. Okay, and there's your wings. Now I'm going to do the leg, and the idea is just to literally cut around the skin this way. Like that. And keep cutting, bending back, and you see how those bones are touching right there? So you want to get your knife between those bones. Okay, there's that connecting tissue right there, that piece right there. So slice right through that, right? You see that? And then you're in. So the other leg, let's do that one more time. Bending back, cutting around. And there is your bone, and you're cutting right in between. You see that?
Yeah.
That little piece right there. Right there. Now we're going to take off the thighs. And this is where it can get a little bit hot, and so if you want to use rubber gloves, you can. So I'm going to cut the whole thigh right off. Bending back. And so there's our bone. Pop it right out, and then cut just like that. Beautiful. And I'll deal with that later. I like to cut the thigh bone out and then slice the meat that way. Okay, bending back. Oh, you're easy, mister. It's really tender. Okay, so slice that right off. So the idea is just to keep exposing those bones, and then just getting that little piece that's connecting it and slicing through that, because slicing through bone is very difficult. Okay, so now what we're going to do is cut the entire breast right off of the carcass. You're going to work around the wishbone, which is kind of at the neck area, and cut it right off. So the breastbone is here. We're going to work on either side of the breastbone and cut all the way down until you can't go anymore. Slice all the way. Cut around the wishbone. And then slice right underneath it, like that. Now, the tricky part is getting it completely off the carcass, because the tender, that piece of meat in the breastbone, in the breast meat, is going to want to stay there. So you really have to get your knife kind of in there. So hot. But get it in there and really wedge it right off. Just like that. Okay. There we go. Okay, so you should be able to get this much meat off, but you see that tender really always wants to stay on there. So I'm going to take this and put it over here, because I'm going to cut the breast meat then into crosswise slices against the grain. So let's do the same thing on this side. The breastbone is there. Cut just off center, all the way down. Work around the wishbone. Like that. and then just kind of wedge it off. Slice this way, like that. Okay, not as graceful as the other one, but that's okay, get it done. This we'll save for stock the next day. And then we'll take the breast slices and we'll cut them crosswise like this into these kind of slices. I prefer this. I think it's a little bit more tender to eat it this way than to do that shaving, right? And that's how you do it. That's it.
That's all? You don't take anything more off the carcass of it?
No, I mean, if you wanted to pick off, I don't know, there's not that much to pick off, but if you wanted to, you could. And then what I'm going to do the next day is I'm going to pull all this stuff out of the cavity, and then I'm going to use this carcass for stock. It makes delicious stuff.